tinze ndi mweteefuteefu okubakulembera mu kaweefube ono. Nkiddamu tinze ndi mwetegefu okubakulembera mu kaweefube ono ow'okuwangula Museveni n'okumujja mu ntebe ejakiginalamu mu 2021.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Kansubire mwena muli very fine. Now, olunaku olwaleero Bobi Wine, His Excellency Kyagulanyi Robert oba Honorable Robert Kyagulanyi nga bwe tumanyi ennyo Bobi Wine, olunaku olwaleero lwatongozza mwana tuno n'ayanjula n'abantu ab'enjawulo abagenda okubanga bamukwasizaako wano ne wali nga bakola emirimu gya people power, era nga abantu babadde bangi, abamu aba MPs nga babelonginga mu NRM, abamu opposition, abamu babadde independent. Omukolo gukwagiddawo mu makage Magere, era nga abantu babadde bangi nnyo, bannamawulire bangi okubeewala ne kumpi. Ndowooza bwe batyo bakyogera, naye nga there were a couple of journalists right from Uganda and of course international journalists as they covered the event in Magere. Now the beauty with this is that he used his home as the venue after different hotels nyingi mu kibuga zaaganye okumuwa venue. We all know and he is political, so most of the hotels in town denied him, a chance to host the event within the hotels. But well, the event was successful, but he sounded a very strong message to the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Museveni, era nga byengendo banga mba playing in the next couple of minutes. Mweyongere nga musubscribinga kuba amawulire go nina mangi. Nze Dennis Duke, musigale ku mukutu guno.
From being so elaborative and rare at times when I jot down my communication, but this time I decided to write down my speech and communicate it to you so that I restrict myself to those areas that I strictly want to communicate. And women, ladies and gentlemen, I recognize you all in your respective capacities, and I greet you all in the name of the Almighty God, who has given us a gift of life despite the numerous challenges that we go through in our country. I also appreciate you, all of you, the people of Uganda, for the labors and sacrifices, for your hard work and resilience in all the corners of our country, Uganda. Despite the high taxes, the unfair economic policies, and the massive corruption, you have continued to work hard day and night to build yourselves, your communities, and ultimately to build our lovely country, Uganda. Let me also take this opportunity to appreciate the nation for the massive reception of our message of people power for the past 2 years. I want to thank you all, dear compatriots in all parts of our country, for the positive reception you have given our message from the time we set out. There are very few times in the political history of the world where movements like our own People Power movement gain momentum in such a short time. You will agree with me that wherever you go in our country, whether rural or urban, the message of people power has reached there and is very well appreciated by the people. You will find those who are educated, the uneducated, the big, the small, the young and the old, agreeing that indeed people power is our power. And yes, they agree that giving back power to the people and having the leaders accountable and governing in the interest of the people is a way forward for our country, Uganda. I will tell you that if you go to the north or any part of the country, you will find houses filled with the message of people power. And that is something that we need to celebrate, ladies and gentlemen. I was talking about it yesterday that personally I did not present myself because I have so much expertise in politics. I did not present myself because I'm the most educated or the most qualified. I did not present myself because I'm an army general or a professor. I presented myself as one of those Ugandans that want a better country and indeed feel they deserve a better country. And yes, comrades, you all know that we did not set out as experts or even experienced politicians. No, we set out as ordinary citizens driven by the love, the deep love of our country. We set out as men and women not motivated by material gain or popularity, but by deep conviction that our country deserves and indeed must achieve better. We set out to tell the nation that people power is stronger than the people in power. And even when the people in power are determined to bring out gun power, and yes, we set out to make it clear that we are determined not just to be spectators, but to actively get involved in the way our country is governed, to actively take part in the shaping of our destiny, the destiny of our children, and the destiny of the children of our children. The reason why we gather here today at my home in Magere and not anywhere in the very many hotels in Kampala is because each of the hotels that we booked was ordered not to host us. Even when we booked and paid, they were told that they could not host us, and if they were stubborn enough to host us, they would face consequences. Comrades, this is supposed to make us sad, right? Well, I think it is supposed to make us both sad and happy. It's supposed to make us sad because the moral fiber of our nation has been killed. How can we explain to our children that a hotel in a country can be stopped from hosting an event of a political opponent of a dictator? General Museveni can go around the country campaigning, dishing out huge stashes of money, taxpayers' money in bribes, hiring people to attend his rallies, and yet we cannot even be allowed to assemble in a private hotel. And this is why we should be sad. But again, I think this is something to celebrate, comrades. This kind of persecution shows how much the regime is scared by people power. A regime that has been in power for 33 going to 34 years is scared of a movement, a social movement that is barely 2 years old. That continues to inform us that indeed people power is stronger than people in power. Therefore, comrades, despite all the challenges we have had to encounter ever since we started, there have been countless things to celebrate. Key of which is a nation ready to kick Museveni and his cronies out of power in 2021, and I am very serious about this.